Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Near Disney, where we bring you the best of all that's happening within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. All right, got the fireworks going.
Yeah,
Sitting in the host chair tonight at Near Disney, I am Elijah with Florida in Motion Realty. Happy to be bringing you the show. And as one of our guests here on the Dream Team, I am joined by
I'm Tanya with Florida Motion Realty. Very happy to be here tonight.
Awesome. So yeah, happy to have you as always. We're excited to get into some of what's happening locally, and we're going to talk about some interesting statistics as well that have just kind of come out about the housing market. But first, I think one thing that's cool is that you and I both wrote up some contracts today. So that's cool. We're blessed to be keeping busy, blessed to be building relationships with local people and people coming from out of state who are interested in buying and investing in real estate near Disney. If that
Yeah,
sounds like you, that's what our numbers are here for. We always appreciate you tuning in and let us know where you're watching from, whether it's in the chat or the comments section. We always love to know where people are watching. And just and this is a show all about engagement. So if you have any questions for us or you want to shout out a comment, type it in. Don't feel like you're interrupting us. That's what it's all about. So the very first article I found is actually kind of interesting here. A statistic came out from Redfin that said there's a new record now that is just under 1 in 10 homes are worth $1 million at least,
well,
and that is yeah, that car is probably worth $1 million as well as like a Ferrari coupe there. But
mm,
really, I mean, they become more commonplace. We've seen especially us working in the real estate business within the last how like 5+ years, and Redfin is saying that 8.5%, just about 1 in 10 homes worth at least $1 million, and that's a record now actually. So we have crossed a threshold into a whole new housing market landscape about this, and it said that this is up 7.6% from last year, and basically that was 4% pre-pandemic. So just yeah, that so those houses you'd see $1 million listing like 4% of the time nationally, and so now we are pretty much more than double that, and we've just that. And well, the funny thing about real estate really is that a seller's good news is a buyer's bad news, and a buyer's good news is a seller's good news. It's really hard to be all things to all people in this business. When it comes to prices are high, yay, prices are low, boo, and it's just there's some people who have been kind of holding out hope for the housing market crash or something. But as we've kind of continued to cover with a housing market update, that doesn't look like that's super imminent. But we will give you an update soon about the prospect of potential rate cuts finally coming. They've just been held so steady for so long. But I'll get a little bit more into this now. I like the way that this is worded on this article by our Ren News. Redfin attributed the growing ubiquity of $1 million homes to elevated property prices. So yeah, basically 9% luxury homes, a record 1.18 million in the second quarter. So that is something that we're seeing definitely and this is kind of where our office is located, Celebration, Florida, the town built by Disney. It does have a little bit of a price per square footage premium as well, and a lot of long-standing homeowners have enjoyed some good appreciation with that home as investing the biggest investment of their lives in many cases. And so it's if you're thinking about tapping into that equity or selling or right sizing, downsizing, that's just always a time to give us a call, because we are now seeing the statistics showing these record amounts of equity as it has risen. So I will just bring this over before I get to the article that you shared, Tanya. That is just like, we keep hearing the whispers like rate cuts, rate cuts. Oh, no, they didn't happen, or, oh, they're holding steady. So according to Axios, it looks like the September seems the most optimistic that we've thought about it in a while. vast majority of Federal Reserve officials say that the central bank would likely cut interest rates in September, while several saw a case to slash rates last month. That didn't really happen. So a lot of people gave that a thumbs down. But basically, it's the clearest indication yet that the Fed's on track to cut interest rates. Based on the minutes from the recent meeting, for the first time since 2020, as worries about health of the economy are coming into play. So basically, the Fed officials observed that if the data continued to come in as expected, it would likely be appropriate to ease the policy at the upcoming meeting. Basically, from the policy that held from the policy meeting held July 30th to the 31st. So basically, at the meeting, the Fed unanimously voted to hold rates at a range between 5.25% to 5.5%, the highest level in 2 decades. But several officials say they saw good reasons to cut rates by a quarter percentage point last month, or they could have supported such a decision. So basically, these officials continue to monitor the progress of inflation. They're trying to get it. Basically, the reason this is happening, that people are trying to pursue this particular take, is that they want to get inflation to that 2% sweet spot where they like it to be. And so basically, as we're getting close to it, I'm seeing that they're saying economists are saying that we might be finally due for that long awaited cut. And we, of course, know a whole bunch of lenders who will be happy to oblige and let you know about the best possible interest rate deals that you can get, even now, before that. So worst case scenario, we'll still put you in touch with the best programs from a bevy of local lenders who are doing their best to make that work. And so basically, Tanya, I would throw it over to you. I think you've got some updates as well about how Floridians are working to utilize the homes that they're already in.
Yeah, let's get into it. I was reading about a recent study conducted by the New Jersey Real Estate Network, which revealed that Florida is one of the top states in the nation that, desires to remodel homes. So our beautiful state was ranked number 4 in the entire country. And whether it's the bathroom or a kitchen or a full home remodel, Floridians are eager to make some of these changes for their homes. A recent study looked at 50 key search terms related to the home improvements. Out of those terms, we average 423 searches per 100,000 people each month. So that's 38% higher than the national average of 306 searches per 100,000 residents. So clearly, we're a state of go getters when it comes to remodeling our spaces. And if we break it down even further, the key terms that Floridians were looking for were bathroom remodel, kitchen remodel, and home remodel. And that's very interesting because we have seen what these little changes can do to people's homes, not only while you're in the home, but also when you want to sell it. This all comes really handy. And we have lots of contacts that we can share with you that can help you make these possible.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Well,
like it looks like the focus was on bathrooms, but of course kitchens are very desirable as well. So that's mainly what people look for.
absolutely. That is the key. I mean, if you're going to try to decide where the money is the best spent, everyone can imagine a million different things they'd like to do to beautify or change their environment. But when it comes to just getting bang for the buck, kitchen and bathrooms, and maybe not going crazy, just consult with us, or we have beautiful interior designer contacts as well who help people get the most bang for their buck when it comes like, okay, is this just a matter of flooring, countertops, a little bit of paint, or don't have to use what material is the most ergonomic for you, because it's you moving on from the home. You're not trying to make it the most perfect for your own enjoyment anymore, but just enough to entice and tantalize another buyer that they would think of it as modern or updated or contemporary. So That is important. Both many times that my own parents would move, they would renovate some stuff right before they left, and they always had the same decision. They'd look around at the renovations they just did before putting it on the market, and they say, "Huh, why didn't we live this way? why why didn't we do this for ourselves?" Uh,
Right.
and so, always keep that in mind too. And I like that Tanya mentioned we have a good Rolodex. Kim Hawk, the team captain, our fairy godmother of real estate, has been working in this town since the founding in the mid 90s. That's over 25 years. And that you accumulate a lot of contacts in your Rolodex and a lot of who works, who doesn't work, with your referrals that we use. So that's part of what we're so happy to be for you as a part of a resource in the real estate biz in Central Florida. So yeah, good to share that as far as renovations are concerned. And then as far as, we're going to maybe just step away for a second when it comes to a resale market in Central Florida, and kind of also just sort of get things back to the rental possibilities. Because, if you're still not yet in that position to buy, or you're kind of wanting to see what the market does, we talked about the flirtation with the beginning of interest rates being cut, but maybe your home sale journey is a little bit farther down the road. We can still hop on your journey to get you settled in a good rental. As of right now in Celebration, Florida, the town built by Disney, there's just 39 rental listings on the market. And basically, when I look through that list, about a quarter of them are what they call those garage apartments, which are kind of those areas that they just build above the garage. They can be nice, but sometimes people look at that and they just have their own level of comfort with like living above somebody else's garage space. I can understand that, but we have a very rare listing opportunity for a rental that we're happy to share with you. This is 3 bedrooms, all on one floor, with elevator building access, a very spacious balcony that looks out toward the South Village Park space. And it's going to convey with a garage as well. It's pet friendly and has the option to convey fully furnished. So those are a lot of things that, especially in the Celebration Disney area market, that are kind of rare to stumble upon. So our team went and prepared a cool video of this listing to give you a tour inside. I hope you'll check it out. Basically, this is on a street that's in a private area called Begonia. It's in across from the South Village Pool, nestled away, and also has access to that Heritage Hall Community Center where they put on the events like the Holiday Home Tour. And sometimes you vote there depending on where you live. So you basically come up that elevator. Another beautiful thing about this home that I did not mention was that, as you can see, there is no carpet inside. Some nice throw rugs that that are included in the fully furnished package. And this is some nice stuff, I would say. I mean, so many times you see the furnished option and it's just, maybe just not the kind of the best stuff. But this was partially lived in by the owners for a time. And so that they put in some good stuff because they wanted to feel comfortable living in it themselves as the resident. And that is a very good sized balcony that you see right there. Good sized kitchen as well. Lots of counter space and cabinetry as well. Good pantry. And you just kind of get the feel for that open floor plan. Everything flows, and you've got good sized bedrooms, each with a closet, of course. That's what makes it a bedroom. So basically, yeah, as far as it's also the proximity to the downtown Celebration area with all the shops and restaurants. We're just like a couple minutes drive, super easy bike ride or jog. And if you want to do a showing with me, basically, I'll show you all the shortcuts to get to downtown even faster. And there's that beautiful pool that you are literally steps away from being able to enjoy. All of this is listed, fully furnished, pet friendly, for $3,000 a month. And that's a pretty good spot to be for 3-bedroom living in Celebration, Florida, where you can see just kind of those. Oh, let me bring us back on the screen. Those even just 2-bedroom listings getting up into the high twos, and maybe they don't convey with a garage, and maybe they don't have a furnished option. So I think you've got a really cool opportunity there, not just sales, but we also like to highlight the rental market here
Yes.
with this listing. So 921 Begonia Road, unit 302. Feel free to also just look it up on Zillow or something if you want to get more access to that listing, or give me a call. I'm happy to show it to you. It's easy to show. All right. Well, basically, that does it for the main things we wanted to cover. I also just wanted to remind people that magical dining is still going on. In case you missed it, it is that time of year again. Hundreds, I think they have a record amount of restaurants participating in magical dining, which is just going to these high-end places that normally charge you a heck of a lot to get in, and they will have these special menus that display, some of their better items and at a discount price so that you can just enjoy dinner for two or however many and just kind of still get to splurge with a great price, great date night. Definitely advise you to go to magicaldining.com. Disney restaurants as well participating, and Celebration, Florida. So
Woo.
kind of short and sweet tonight. We were supposed to be joined by some other members of the dream team. We call these the Brady Bunch Squares, but some last minute obligations came up. But I'm so glad that you got to join us this evening, Tanya.
Yes, me too.
Absolutely. So yeah, I like your Tesla hat on. You still enjoying that Tesla that you got?
Yeah, very much.
No buyer's remorse on that. It's a beauty.
No, I don't.
I like to see those red ones. I think you picked the right color.
I love red.
So, all right, well, if you're just jumping in, you've missed the rest of the show, feel free to kind of go back and rewind, watch us from the beginning. And I'm trying to make sure we got to all the comments. It appears so. But as I said, our phone numbers are here so that the comment section goes on forever. You can always get in touch with us. Happy to continue to be a resource to you. So with that, I think I'll send us off and let the fairy godmother of real estate remind you to like and subscribe.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.